Yeah, I intended to do this video. 5 things I hate about this bike, that I hate about the 2021 Moto Guzzi V7 Stone version, that is. Might have some similarities to the Special, but I've not rode that version, so I can't say. And I'll tell you what, today is an extremely cold day. So my number one thing that I hate is that this thing does not have an onboard heater. I'm just kidding. Now, my first niggle, finicky thing about this bike I do not like is the gear indicator. It does work, but it is sometimes, not all the time, sometimes it's really delayed. Which I can't get it to be delayed right now. But it is. Okay, see, took it a few seconds. Okay, about a second to go to third. But sometimes it'll be saying you're in a different gear that you're not in, and then it'll correct itself. But yeah, that's probably the most aggravating thing about it, or one of the most aggravating things. It definitely, none of these things that I'm nitpicking about this bike should deter anybody from purchasing this bike, that's for sure, because this is, overall, this is an excellent bike, in my opinion. One of the best, just all-around good bikes, period. I mean, no, it's not a sport bike, it ain't like that, but overall, a great all-around bike. Yeah. All right. Second thing I don't like about this bike is the kickstand. The kickstand itself is actually really awesome. Like it holds the bike up really good. But when you pull it back, my foot, or when I'm going to reach to get it to pull it forward, I mean, I always hit my foot on the exhaust pipe, and I'm getting my this exhaust shield muddy. I'm not used to that, so to where it's at, reaching for it. So that's kind of a aggravating thing about it. Yeah, I'm gonna get a picture because this bike looks pretty daggone good. Gotta bend down to make the picture look really good. I get several, just how I am. Oh shoot. Face plant right in the middle of my video. Goes viral. Look like a fool for the rest of my life. Just turn the camera like this because it'd make a good background on my phone. Alright, yeah, I'm having trouble coming up with things actually to complain about on this bike, which is weird. Okay, yeah. The stock indicators, they actually don't look bad, but they should have just gone LED. Why didn't you, with LED headlight, LED tail light from the factory, but you didn't go LED turn signals? I mean, what's up with that? Come on, it's 2021. And I get that they're a retro company, but this is the more modern take on a retro bike. You could use the regular turn signals, keep those on the Special, but go with LEDs on this one. Yeah, hopefully I don't fall in the water over here and drown while doing this video. Nitpick number 4. This bike, the motor has an amazing sound, but this exhaust mutes it. This exhaust, quiet, it mutes the engine sound and characteristic stock. If you've heard them with aftermarket pipes, this is one of the best sounding bikes out there. It's the motor. But see, that exhaust pipe, the motor has a good tone, but man, that exhaust pipe makes it so quiet, and it's just aggravating. So that will, as soon as I think Mistral exhaust is available for this bike, but I think there's other people doing that. I'm really wanting to wait on the Agastinis, or there's actually a Moto Guzzi company in Oklahoma that Motive Cycle Works. They make an amazing sounding exhaust. I actually heard it on a YouTube video on a V9 bobber, and oh, it sounded fantastic. If you've ever heard of Rabbit Hedgehog on his channel, he uploaded a video of this bike with that exhaust, and I thought it was the best sounding exhaust on this kind of bike. So if they come out with something, I'm hoping they do soon, and they might not, then I'll end up going with Agostini, but that would be the exhaust I want first. But then, yeah, then if not, Agostini will be what I go with. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. That was a really delayed thing to show that I was in third gear there on the gear shifter. Oh gosh, what in the world happened on this road? Shouldn't have took it, that's for sure. This road is really bad. Yeah, I shouldn't have took it. It's a bumpy road and a very gravelly road, and for some reason it is just covered with dirt and mud right now. So yeah. Which I only got 148 miles on this bike right now too. Alright. Nitpick, I don't know, 4 or 5, whatever I'm on. I mean, I'm struggling to actually come up with things. I'm gonna say the lean angle, actually. The lean angle is not horrible, but for some reason I have drug my foot on this bike more times than my other bikes, even more than my Vulcan 650 actually. I don't know I don't know the specs as far as how much room you got to lean, but I'm okay with that. But one of the reasons I think that is, I mean, obviously the foot pegs I think are kind of low on this, but this bike in my opinion is way more comfortable than a Vulcan S, even though that's a cruiser bike. Ugh. Yeah, horrible road. This is an extremely nimble bike. Oh, and another little thing, there's nothing wrong with the levers. I don't think they're adjustable though. They don't appear to be. But I was gonna say, actually, it's the silver color on them. I think they kind of stand out and don't match the bike. it needs either black levers or a darker gray lever is what Moto Guzzi should have just gone with from the factory, because then I don't even think I'd look into changing these, because actually the shape and size of them I do like. Feels good. And I actually think the resistance on the clutch lever feels really good too. The brake is, I'm not going to say it's the strongest brake, but it's a very linear brake. Predictable and linear brake. Oh, big bumps back there. Yeah, this road is horrible. It is slick. Like, it's slicker than if it had just rained. It's covered in mud. It's pathetic. It's kind of got me wary. If I can get out to a main road here and get off this garbagey road, which should really, you would think this would be a nice road to ride on, but nope, ain't the case. Anyways, that's, you know, that's all I got. Things I don't like about this bike, which is very little, and in no way should any of these things stop anybody from buying this bike. This is, I've ridden several bikes, even though I'm a beginner rider, kind of beginner rider, I guess. It's very hard to say, but this might be one of my best, or I mean, I bought the bike for one thing, and it might be my favorite just all-around good bike out there, period, that I honestly think more people should be looking at. It's a really good bike. I know people like Harley. I like Harley, but I don't want to get into the Harley debate and stuff, you know, price and all that garbage. But if you rode this and then rode a Harley side by side, it would, I don't see how, I'm talking about the Sportster at least, because they're in the, you know, closer price range. There's no way you could choose the Harley, an 883 or Iron 1200 over this. There's no way. This is the better bike. And I know people say, well, they don't compete. Yeah, they do compete because of price. And this bike might not be a pure cruiser, but it's a cruiser slash roadster kind of at heart. That's what this bike is. Anyways, that's my rant and things I don't like about this bike. Like, subscribe, share. You know, help me out, help me grow the channel. I'm starting brand new at this, so I'm still adjusting my camera, my mic, basically adjusting and figuring out all this out as I go. So that's it. Oh yeah, something I could add on here, something that is aggravating about this bike. Sometimes this bike's a little tough to get in neutral. Yeah, that's, you know, it's maybe not Harley bad, but just barely better. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, another thing I don't like about this bike, no fuel gauge. No fuel gauge. Come on, 2021. But on a plus side, it does have a 5.5 gallon fuel tank, and the reserve light comes on with over a gallon of fuel left, so you, when that comes on, you still should have plenty of time, unless you're just, I don't know, driving around on the moon somehow, or out in the middle of the Sahara. Yeah, you should have plenty of time to find a gas station. I should, where I ride at. You know, I would like to take longer trips. I've not ridden I haven't traveled the country that much, period. And I would love to on a bike. It would be awesome.